of Kenyans awaited with bated breath today for President Uhuru Kenyatta to ease the COVID-19 containment measures, with the general public mood pushing for the total reopening of the economy and removal of travel restriction. President Uhuru Kenyatta removed the cessation of movement but warned that a lockdown will be enforced should the numbers spike. 6 minutes past 1 o'clock, President Uhuru Kenyatta was ready to address the nation over the unenviable dilemma of saving the economy or salvaging the public health.
Good afternoon, everybody.
In a span of 30 days, from 6th June to 6th July, infections have scaled up from 2,600 to over 7,000, and even with the upward scale of the COVID-19 infections, the head of state bowed to pressure of easing some of the containment measures.
Today I order and direct that the cessation of movement into and out of the Nairobi metropolitan area, Mombasa County, and Mandera County that is currently in force shall lapse today or at 4 a.m. tomorrow, Tuesday, the 7th of July, 2020. Number two, I do order and direct that the nationwide curfew that is currently in force between the hours of 9 p.m. and 4 a.m. daily be and is hereby extended for a further 30 days.
A majority of people living in Nairobi wanted President Uhuru Kenyatta to lift the cessation of movement order to allow travel in and out of city due to economic issues. Already, Kenya's GDP growth has declined to 2.5%, down from the pre-coronavirus 2020 projection of 6.2%. Should Kenyans throw caution out of the window by having unnecessary movements to the rural areas that might lead to a spike of the infections, then they will be in for a rude shock.
Should the situation deteriorate and pose a challenge to our health infrastructure, we will have to revert back to lockdown. In the next 21 days, we shall study patterns of interactions and the spread of the disease.
According to health experts, including health boss Mutahi Kagwe, had called for extension of the containment measures as the healthcare system is being pushed to the wall due to the increase of COVID-19 infections. President Uhuru Kenyatta is optimistic that county preparedness is well on course.
According to experts and stakeholders, we have not yet met the irreducible minimum 100%. However, after further dialogue amongst them, we have reached a reasonable level of preparedness across the country. And I repeat again, we have not yet met 100%, but we have met a reasonable level of preparedness across our counties.
Living with the pandemic now being emphasized on citizen responsibility, but the recent cases of defiance of the COVID-19 rules by a section of Kenyans have raised doubts. With a so perceived freedom of movement, increased travel to the rural areas is expected.
Ama baba, tutafaulu tukiwa kila mmoja wetu atachukua jukumu lake kibinafsi. Tusidanganyane hapa ya kwamba huu ugonjwa hatuko nao.
As it is, domestic flight will be allowed to resume activities come July 15th, while international travel will resume on 1st August 2020. The Ministry of Transport, on the other hand, has been preparing for the resumption of domestic flights. But one of the key sticking points on the resumption of local flight that is yet to be resolved is how airlines will enforce social distancing and still carry more passengers to make profit. The even bigger concern, however, is that only 23 counties out of the 47 counties have met the target of having the bed capacity required to combat COVID-19. Countries that have rushed to reopen their economies like South Africa, South Korea and China without having proper containment protocol in place have faced a surge in new infections. Irene Mwangi, KUTV.